everybody. You can see that I'm in the car and it is Wednesday morning and it's still a little dark outside. It's not quite 6:45 right now and I am just about at work. So this morning, it was hard to get out of bed this morning. I hit my snooze a couple times and the next thing I knew it was 5:30 and I'm like, oh gosh, I gotta get up. And so I didn't take the time to make breakfast at home, which I have been doing every morning. I've been doing pancakes or cereal every single morning, but this morning I was like, I don't even have time to sit down and drink coffee. I was just kind of moving a little slow this morning. So I brought my bar here with me, and as soon as I park, which I'm just now pulling up to the school, I'm going to sit here and eat my bar before I go into the building this morning. We have a busy next couple of days at school. Tomorrow is our annual parent orientation meeting. We already had the open house, last 3 weeks ago now. But now that school's going, parents are invited in just to meet with the teachers and, get the basics on school, grade book, and things like that. But anyway, so tomorrow night I'll be here till, 8 o'clock at night. So I was thinking about filming my what I eat in a day tomorrow and just bringing my leftovers to show you. But I thought, maybe get really hectic tomorrow. Well, heck, it gets hectic every day. But I was gonna stick with a Wednesday today since I already got my camera out and got it loaded on here. But this is what I'm gonna have this morning. You can see it's this cranberry bar, and I do keep a couple boxes of these just for breakfast if I want them. And they're really good. They're chewy. I like them a lot. The nutritionals are really good in all these. These have 100 calories, 7 grams of protein, and 3 grams of fat. All the products are interchangeable, but this is really good too. I'm enjoying my pancakes every morning, but when you're in a hurry and you need to get to your work, this is a good option and it's easy to eat in the car. So anyway, this is when I start with my first fueling of the day. We're not at 7 o'clock yet. Yesterday morning I had it by 6 a.m. So that's why I feel like I'm running late today. School starts early. Parents have just started dropping off kids, and it's almost 6:50 right now. So we'll have a whole bunch of kids in the building in just a few minutes. So gonna go. I'll see you back for my second fueling of the day. It's time for my second fueling, and I went ahead and made my potato pancakes. So I want to show them to you. Took a few more minutes in the waffle maker, so it takes me 10 minutes to make them in the waffle maker because I only have one here at work. I really need to buy me another one for work, so I can do 2 at once. It's on my list, I just haven't done it yet. So I'm gonna gobble these down real quick, but it won't take long to eat them. And then I'll see you back at my third fueling of the day. So it's an hour past time, but lunch real quick. Some days things just hit the fan all at once and you gotta deal with them. But the great thing is I went and whipped this up. Took me 1 minute to whip this up, and I'm gonna have it and go back to what I was doing. It's a little bit late, but I'm still getting it down. One thing I didn't have an opportunity to explain to you today was that shake that I made was actually a mixture of the chocolate fudge pudding and the peanut butter shake mix. So this weekend when I was getting things ready for school, I really wanted some chocolate peanut butter shakes, but I didn't want to use I only had like one dark chocolate left. So I mixed like 2 packages of the chocolate fudge pudding and 2 packages of the peanut butter shake mix, mixed it all together, and then weighed out 4 servings into these little containers like this. So I'm still getting 1 shake, but it's peanut butter and chocolate. It's really good. I tell you what, it was quite an eventful end of the school day. So it is 4:15 right now, and I'm obviously leaving the building, and I'm having my 4th fueling right now, some crunchers, as I drive home. I normally have my 4th fueling. Well, I have my alarm set for 3:30. And at 3:30, I can't even believe what I was doing. So let me tell you about the end of my day. So my 3rd fueling was a little late because I got involved in an issue at school. Well, about right after that, I was still dealing with the situation, and in walks a staff member to tell me we've got 3 kids doing something bad in the bathroom at school. So that requires an administrator. So this is like, I can't even remember what time this was, 1:30 or something like that, something about that time. And so we have it happens to be a day that we have 3 administrators in the building right then and there, so we can each go get one of those students and bring them to the office and look into the situation and all that kind of thing that we do, which we started doing that. Well, then right in the middle of dealing with that student situation, we hear that all of a sudden there's a problem in one of our neighboring elementary schools. They have just had a water line break, and they need to evacuate all of the elementary students over to our building, which you're talking about adding, 500 or 600 kids to our building about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And we start our own middle school dismissal procedures at 2:05 p.m. with buses and car riders. And all of a sudden, at the same time, before we even can think about dismissal, we're going to be having 500 or 600 elementary students brought over to us. All this happened at once. And so the end of the day, up until just a little bit ago, has been crazy. So I was actually at 3:30 today, I was outside doing car rider line and parent pickup for the 2nd time today, because we had to do our own middle school dismissal while all these elementary kids were coming to our building. And then they got into our building in our gym. Then we had to get all of our middle school kids out and gone, except for volleyball and cross country, because we've got games getting ready to happen also in our building after school today. So then we turned around, and then we had all of these elementary school parents coming to our building to get their kids, or buses were picking them up. So I turned around and did car rider again to help out with the elementary process. And it was just really wild trying to do all that at once. Now, we had lots of help. We had district office employees came over, the superintendent was out there, and you have lots of people helping, but it's just so different to try to do those things because elementary kids, you get kindergartners walking into our building and seeing all these people that they don't know, and they get a little scared, and you know, they're little kids, and so they're much different than 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. Anyway, so that's why my 3:30 fueling didn't happen, and I'm doing it now, which it's almost 4:30. That's okay, because I was running behind on my lunch one too anyway, so it didn't make any difference. I feel fine. At least it's not 5 hours, you know, from now. There's only been one time since I've been doing Optavia that I didn't get in a fueling that I was supposed to, and it was like 5 hours. It was 6 hours between when I ate one time, and I did. I had missed. I know what it was. I had my noon fueling, but then my 3:30 or 4 o'clock one didn't happen for some reason that day. It was probably a day like today, and I didn't think too much about it. I was just so busy, and you know. And even when I was driving home that day, I forgot that I hadn't eaten. And then I got home that night, and I was, again, making dinner for the regular time of 6 o'clock, normally when we're having our lean and green. And all of a sudden, as I'm making dinner, I did start to feel shaky. My hands started feeling shaky. I never felt hungry, but I did start feeling like something wasn't quite right. Of course, I ate dinner at 6 o'clock. I think what I did is I went ahead and ate my dinner, and then I ate a bar right then at the same time. And you know, about an hour later went by, and then I felt absolutely fine and normal. But it's only happened once, but it did. I mean, and it's funny because I don't feel, if I'm busy, you know, and I have to set alarms still to remind myself to eat, because I'm just not used to eating a lot. But now when I wake up in the morning, I'm ready to eat. And so I'm guessing that, you know, my body, if I go past 3 hours, it's really going to feel it. Now today I didn't, because you know, my third fueling got delayed by an hour, and so delaying this one by an hour, that's just 3 hours in between, so I'm good there. But anyway, I just think that's interesting that my body is really responding well to eating, you know, every 3 hours, and I'm totally satisfied with the food, and even in all my lean and greens. Okay, I think I've done enough jabbering about my day so far, but I will check back in with you when it's lean and green time. Oh, what am I making tonight? Oh yeah, I'm gonna repeat the zucchini pizza casserole that I made last week, and I made a video for that last week. It was so good. That was really good. So I'm making that for dinner again tonight. But I've already got a video out on how to make it. It was really, really good. So having that again for dinner tonight. Okay, that's enough for now. I'm gonna click off of here and finish up my drive home. Here's my lean and green for tonight. So it's the zucchini pizza casserole that I made a video for last week. Decided to repeat it again this week because it was really great left over too. And so it's a complete lean and green, 1 lean, 3 greens, and 3 condiments. Okay, it's 8 o'clock at night, so it's time for my last fueling of the day, and of course I'm having one of my favorites, the brownie that I do in my microwave for 1 minute 15 seconds, topped with 1 tablespoon of the PB2 powder mixed with 1 tablespoon of water. So that's my last fueling of the day, and also the PB2, 2 tablespoons is 1 optional snack. I only use 1 tablespoon on it, so a half an optional snack. That's the only time I ever have optional snacks is when I put the PB2 on my brownie, which is quite often. Hi everybody, so I have had another great week on the scale. I weighed in this morning. It's Friday morning, my typical weigh-in day, and I have lost another 2.2 pounds for this week. So I'm very, very excited. So you can see that I am in a different location again today. So I'm going to back up just a little bit. I have been working on some pictures. And when I started a couple months ago now, I took some pictures of myself in this bedroom with some similar clothes on to what I have on right now. So this weekend, I will actually be working. I am at my 2-month mark, 60 complete days on Optavia. So I'm going to take some more photos this weekend. Just comparison of where I am at in my journey with Optavia, of where I started and where I'm at right now. So I'll be doing that. So I'm gonna be working on my 2-month photos. I did them after 1 month, and then I'm gonna do them at my 60-day mark. So that'll be this weekend. My total weight loss now is 52 pounds. If you have been watching me since back in the winter, January, February time frame when I started doing these videos, you'll know that 30 pounds of that weight loss was done solely using Weight Watchers or my WW. And then 2 months ago, I incorporated Optavia. And so that extra 20 pounds is all due to Optavia. And so I'm continuing down the Optavia journey. In fact, okay, so here's some big news. I started helping my stepmom think about Optavia and do some ordering and things, 3 or 4 weeks ago. And so she has been on the program for a weekish now, and I think she's finding some success already. But in helping her with that, I decided that I was going to officially work on being a health coach. That's always something that has been in the back of my mind really my entire life, because for a big part of my life I've done Weight Watchers. And the last time that I reached my goal weight on Weight Watchers, I really wanted to be a Weight Watchers leader. But at that time, that's been 10 years ago, they just really weren't hiring too much for that. And if you did become a leader, you had to do some meetings in the daytime or evenings that maybe weren't where you lived, and those types of things. Anyway, Optavia is a little different because it's not a brick and mortar store that you go into, and they allow you to be a health coach if you're on your journey. You don't have to be at your necessarily goal weight to start that process. So I have started that process. So I actually had to get my business kit ordered, and which I did last weekend, and it's not here yet, but I'm really excited to officially do that because health and wellness is really near and dear to my heart, and the teacher in me likes teaching and instructing other people on many things, but this is a topic that I feel like I've got a lot of experience on, and I kind of understand the juggling act and the balancing act of trying to be a person that has a career and or a family that they're taking care of those issues, but also wanting to be your best self with health. So I have a little experience in my 50 years of living on this topic, and so I'm really excited about this. So In the future, I'll be looking at doing some official health coaching with Optavia. So if you're interested in maybe me helping you out, I'll start putting some of my information about that in the description box on these videos. And I'll be happy for you to reach out to me. So I'll actually put like my email address that I have, and those types of things. So I am, documenting my journey on YouTube, and for me those are instructional videos, and they're my weekly reflections too. And I know I've always found those types of things helpful to me when other people do them, and so this is a way it maybe gives back to others for me to do that. It also helps me too, and I find that fun. I just find these things fun. Anyway, I just wanted to catch you up on my week. So down 2.2 pounds this week, and another really exciting thing. So let me go run and get something. Okay, so it is next week, fall starts, and James has been bringing home a box or two at a time of my fall and winter clothing that I had packed away last year, knowing that I wouldn't be needing it until this fall and winter. So he's been bringing a few boxes home at a time. Also in there have been clothes that are nice clothes, but they have been the wrong size. So back in October and November of last year, last fall, 2020 fall, last October, November, I was at my heaviest weight that I've ever been at in my entire life, and I was wearing size 20 pants, and then size 2X's on my tops. Now I carry a lot of weight down below in my hip area, so finding pants has always been a struggle for me because I have wide hips. I've got an hourglass kind of figure. I don't carry a ton of weight in my stomach, but when you weigh what I did back in October or November, of course my stomach was large too. Anyway, since I've been losing weight and I'm down about 50 pounds, I did ask James to bring a couple totes home that had different sizes in them of pants. This is an example. So remember, I was in size 20 all the way up till a few months ago. Let's just say that. So he brought I had a crate of size 16s home, and I went through them, and I am now wearing them. So these are some really nice dress pants that I have, and they are Liz Claiborne Careers, and they are a size 16. And that size 16, they're the Emma Classics, which that's not even a plus size. It's not the 16 or 18W, which is the plus size that have been in a long time. And I've got two pairs of these, and I wore one of the pairs yesterday, and they fit great again. Great. And I'm also excited because these really don't have much stretch in them. You know how you can wear the stretchy pants and, you could probably fluctuate 20 pounds in them, kind of. These aren't that stretchy. There's hardly any give in them. So, and they're size 16. I'm super excited by that. I get emotional because, being heavy and size 20 is hard on your body, and it makes you feel bad, and those pants get snug too. I am happy to report that I have gotten rid of a lot of clothes in this past week that are way too big, and they are gone. They're not in the house anymore, and as I've put them on the last week, and said, I can't wear these anymore, they've gone in the trash. So they're never coming back here. And right now I have a lot of clothes that are fitting great, you know, and I'm getting into some size 16s, and I'm excited by that. I have a whole nother tote of size 14s and 12s, and I'll be wearing those, I'm sure, in a few months. So I'm really excited about that. To me, it's not really a number on the scale, and it really never has been. It's about how I feel physically, but it's a mental piece too, with how I look and how I feel like I look at when I look at myself in the mirror. And so I'm starting to be really happy with that again. So I'm excited. Anyway, that is it for this week. I hope you enjoyed my video. I'm trying to put these out a couple times a week, and just to share with you my story. And if you ever want to join me and you want some help from me, just let me know. Thanks.